What is good, y'all? What is good? Mike Sears of Ya Clout Podcast. Very special day. If y'all watch this podcast, y'all listen. However, y'all should know myself and the rest of the fellas are huge Prince fans. And today is Prince's birthday. And to celebrate his birthday, we're doing top five Prince albums. But I can't do that without my favorite YouTube page that covers Prince, one half of the Purple Underground, my boy Micah, aka CMS. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. What's up, people? Happy
Yeah,
Prince Day. Happy Prince Day.
happy Prince Day, y'all. And it's an honor to have you, brother. I can't thank you enough, man. For real, for real.
Oh man. Feelings mutual, man. Thanks. Thank you for having me on the show, man.
No problem,
Appreciate it.
brother. And like we do every artist that we never talked about on the show, we dig into how we got into Prince. So with you being the guest, Micah, you can
hmm
go first, bro. How'd you discover Prince?
Uh, let's see. My first time I actually discovered Prince was I was 3 years old, and I was I was in my parents' bedroom watching Friday night videos. I don't know if you remember that show back in the day. It used to
I
come
hear the
on.
old heads talking about it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. It used to come on NBC, and this video comes on, and I don't know who this guy is, but um, the video that that they were playing was 1999. So uh, just visually, he was sort of he just sort of stood out to me, like just very striking. Like, well, who's this guy with the curly perm and the shiny purple trench coat? But I just, like, as far as like what I heard, I mean, I liked it. So, um, but at the time, I didn't know his name. But my sister, who's actually 12 years older than me, she was already into him. So I think the second time I actually heard him was Little Red Corvette. And so I heard that and I was like, okay, I'm digging that song. And at that time, Michael Jackson was the end all be all for me. Um, so I was, real heavy into Michael, which I still am, like Michael's my other guy, uh, but when I heard When Doves Cry and seen the music video, that was it. I said, okay, um, I have to get this guy's album. And so I had begged my father, you know, to go and go out and let me get let him buy me a Prince album. So we went to this record store that was downtown Cincinnati, and I'm trying to remember. I don't think Purple Rain the album was out, but I know
Yeah.
the song When Doves Cry was out. So I was 4 years old at this time. So they didn't have the Purple Rain album, but they had the previous albums. So I seen the 1999 album, which that album cover to me was always like dope. And
Hell yeah.
yeah, and so I started to get that one. But the album that I ended up buying, or my father bought for me, was the Controversy album. And I don't know what it was about that album, but something was just, again, it's just that image. It was just striking. Like, I don't, so I don't know. And maybe it was because, back then, for me, when you buy albums, and especially when you buy a artist who you don't know, but you're trying to get into, you want to see what they look like and stuff like that. So I guess the Controversy album, which is a cool album cover, for me also. But so I ended up getting that, or my father ended up buying that for me. Uh, Looking back, I really didn't have no damn business listening to that album. at the age of 4, I mean, you want me to keep it real, but man, I went home and put the record on my I had a Michael Jackson record player at the time. So I so I put that on the record player, dropped the needle. Now keep this in mind, I've never heard this album before.
Yeah.
So I dropped the needle on the record, and when that first groove came in, I was locked in. And after I heard the first song, which was Controversy, yeah, it was over. It
I
was
can
over.
imagine.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing
man.
story, brother.
Thank you. Yeah.
For me, I'm 33, so I'm a
Okay.
little late to the party when it comes to Prince, but it was 93 maybe. I was 8
Mm-hmm.
years old,
Mm-hmm.
and only music I really was fucking with was Michael Jackson. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I had Michael Jackson best of tape my mother's boyfriend made for me at the time. And
Okay.
I'm really digging that. And then my uncle, he had fucking 1999 on vinyl, and the cover just blew my mind. You know what
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Can you put this on?" He's like, "Nah." I said, "I can't play some of the songs for you." You know what I mean? Like, I guess he had in mind, Trojan. Some of them use this little kid can't be hearing this shit.
Right.
He put it on though. He said I can play some songs. And
Mm-hmm.
he did play that though. He played Little Red Corvette, and I loved it. I fell in love, you know. And I guess at one point he said "fuck it," and I had Lady Cab Driver. And it was like, oh man, I was like, I love Michael, but I might like this better. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Then I listened to
Exactly.
Purple Rain. Yeah, the Purple Rain cassette. I listened to that like it was no tomorrow on my Walkman. And
Mm-hmm.
then it wasn't until 1995. I was 10. I'm 10 years old now. So when I'm 10,
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying cassettes, man. I'm buying cassettes heavy, mostly
Right.
hip hop and rock and metal. But um, being a black man, like a lot of people kind of looked at me weird because I was in the metal and rock,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't look at me weird when I listened to Prince because in African American community he's loved. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was the other artist I called on to was Prince, man, and I bought everything from the early stuff. The first tape I got was Purple Rain. Then I went
Okay.
got 1999,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. And from that point on, diehard Prince fan ever since. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's when he touched my life.
Right. That's what's up, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting hearing, how you got into them, and certain things that you just said are very similar to the things that I had went through, because like I said, that Controversy album, man, it's, I mean, great album, but like I had no business even listening to it. But at that time as a kid, I wasn't even paying attention to the lyrics. It was
Yeah,
just the music.
same here. Yeah,
Yeah,
same here.
yeah, because I know my sister, like I said, she was older than me, and I remember the copy that I had at the time, which well, I have it now on vinyl, but I had the one that came with the poster, with the
Oh
one
man.
with him in the shower. So she took it and hung it up in our room and things like that. And then I think a little bit shortly after, maybe I don't know, maybe a few weeks later, like my dad, we went back over to uh, Cincinnati, which I live just right across the bridge over here in Newport, Kentucky, which is part of the Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area. But but anyway, he took me back downtown Cincinnati. We went to a different record store and got the Purple Rain album. Uh, Took it home, same thing, man. After that, I heard it. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna be a Prince fan, forever. But I was like you, like Michael's my guy, and but I'm like, man, this dude is great too. So they were sort of like equals for me a little bit. But but I think after the Purple Rain album, then I ended up just started getting cassette tapes
Yeah, that's how I
and
was.
everything. Yeah, and let's see, I'm trying to think of another story. I remember when my mom, she bought my sister the When Doves Cry 45, and she bought me the Let's Go Crazy 45, and I heard Erotic City for the first
Oh
time.
man,
Yeah, that changed my life right there.
him and Sheila
That,
getting it in.
yeah, that oh man. I mean, that it's just such a hypnotic type groove, man. And again, I didn't know what they were talking about at that time. I was just mesmerized, man. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
the B side on When Doves Cry. That's my favorite B side of all time. 17 Days.
17 days. Okay.
Oh
Now,
my god.
now see, that's my second favorite B-side.
Yeah.
Great song. Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
yeah. Erotic City's my favorite, and 17 Days, and She's Always in My Hair.
Oh
So,
my god. Yep, that's for me too. That's my second favorite. She's always in my head. I was saying to my boys, I'm like, yo, that should have been on Around the World in a Day. It would have. Oh man, to me it would fit
I
perfectly.
agree. I
You know.
agree. You know what? I actually say that to uh, P. Ross. All the time whenever we get into a deep conversation about that album and things like that. So and everything.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing, amazing song, man.
Yeah. Shout out to
Oh
P.
yeah,
Ross who couldn't make it.
yeah,
Unfortunately, he had a family emergency. So, but
yeah. My shout out to Pete Ross and my deepest condolences, man.
yeah.
The raccoon hunter, man. Brrr. I was gonna have y'all
Yeah.
niggas do the intro because that's the flyest shit I ever heard, man. When y'all niggas do the intros,
Oh man.
uh, I love that shit.
Oh yeah. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, we
Uh,
just try to have fun with it, man. That's
oh yeah,
that's that's really what it's all about. That's
yeah,
funny.
Micah.
Yeah.
So to start our top five, man, you can go first, brother. What's your number five? We're going 5-1. What you
Okay.
got for five, brother?
All right. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
get it. Let's get it. Yeah. Um, coming in at number 5, I'm gonna roll with. See, this is tough, man. This is really tough.
Oh yeah.
For any Prince fan to pick your top 5, even top 10. Um, top 5 is actually almost a tie, but I'm gonna stick to the format or the topic. I'm gonna go with Dirty Mind
Oh man.
for number 5. Now, the other album I had it tied with was Controversy because I really go back and forth between those two albums.
Oh
As
yeah.
far as which one I like better, but I'm gonna roll with Dirty Mind mainly because um, I feel like that album was. I think I think that was like the first album where Prince really came into his own, like far as this is who I am, this is who I'm gonna be. You either
Oh,
love it, you hate it, I don't care. Uh, but this is what it is. And it was just a complete 180, uh, radically different from his first two albums, For You and Prince. Um, I mean, I just think, it was just a bold statement lyrically and image wise. I mean, you see a black guy with a trench coat wearing bikini briefs, uh, leg warmers, and everything. I mean, because I remember when I first seen that album and everything, I didn't get it, but I just know something is very interesting about this cat, you know.
hell yeah.
It's just something very, but it was cool. I mean, for me. So, and I don't know. I mean, I just think the album was dope. I mean, musically, he's mixing. It's just raw with funk, rock, and a new wave.
Yeah.
And I think he just really was trying to bring people into his world. And Dirty Mind he was making that statement of this new sexual liberation and everything. I mean, you got songs like Uptown, which is really sort of like a state of mind, where it's like this sort of, I don't know, ideology, I guess if that's the word, where, it's like just bringing people in, like, look, you can come to this place. We don't care if you're weird or gay, straight, male, female, black, white, whatever. And I mean, it wasn't a big seller, but this was his first album that got his critically acclaimed, amongst a lot of the publications like Rolling Stone, for example. That was like the biggie for him.
Oh, yeah. You got booed off the stage and shit, too.
Yeah. So, and I think most critics and fans would probably agree that this was his first quote unquote classic or quote unquote masterpiece. So yeah, I got Dirty Mind at number 5.
Oh yeah, Mike, a great choice, brother. And got my brother Steven here. Speaking Cloud Brethren.
Peace,
okay.
man.
How's it going, brother?
Okay, what's up, bro? How's it going?
Yo, I love what you got going on with your channel, man. Very good stuff, man. I really appreciate that.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate the love, man. Like I was telling Mike offline, man. I really do appreciate the love, and I like what you guys do too, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Shit. Oh yeah.
And also, Mike, I gotta give a big appreciation for you for making up the Prince group on Facebook. And
thank you, brother.
You got like over 15,000 members or something like that.
Yeah,
wow.
man.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, brother.
That's dope, man.
So before we get into my number 5, Steve, how did you discover Prince?
All right. I discovered Prince, I want to say back in, early to mid 90s. And as you know, I've always used to frequent a lot of music stores when I was young, because I'm a big fan of music, just like everybody else here on this panel. And I remember I used to always see Prince's Come album from 93, 94, the one he's like in front of the graveyard. And I've always, for some reason, like, that always intrigued me. Like, the fact that he had his birth year and his death year, and then that whole album was just like a statement. Because at the time he's going against Warner Brothers, with the creative control and all that stuff. But I never heard the album until years later. So fast forward to 1999, VH1 had like a special. It was regarding the 80s, and then they added Michael Jackson and Prince, and everybody's like, "Oh, Michael Jackson, he's the shit." And I'm a Michael Jackson fan to the day I die, but it was something about Prince that stood out. He just had like a certain mystique, like something like you can't read him. It's like it doesn't matter how much you try to analyze him. There's just something you will never know about him, and that's what attracted me to him. And just seeing like clips of like Purple Rain and things of that nature, that really intrigued me into Prince. Like, yo, let me check this guy out. So fast forward to like 2000, 2001, I ended up buying the hits of Volume 1, the joint that came out in 93. And that's when I discovered, songs like I Want to Be Your Lover, Let's Go Crazy, which I used to play like crazy. Thieves in the Temple, which is like my favorite song off of Graffiti Bridge. I used to play that a lot too. And then after I got that, I ended up buying the Purple Rain VHS tape, and I used to watch that shit like every day, man. And ever since then, I've been a big Prince fan to this day. So that's how I really got into Prince.
Dope. Oh yeah. All right, for my top 5, it's the same as Micah, man. It's Dirty Mind. Dirty Mind, man. It's Dirty Mind. Like I just have to go with it. It's like the the Minneapolis sound birthed me. This shit right here. You know what
Right.
I mean? And the band was tight. You know, he had Andre Simone, he had Dez, Bobby D, he had Lisa. Just fucking amazing.
Right.
Amazing as well. Dr. Fink, Bobby Z. Just a fantastic album. Like, you get that early 80s coked out in a club feel when you bump this shit. You know what I mean? It's just raw.
Right.
The raw album. Like, Sister can't be played today. Like, come on now. That can't
Man.
Jesus. This nigga was saying head in 80. Head.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to get sucked off. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
absolutely. Dirty Mind, the title track, raunchy shit. You know? An amazing album. Party Up. Oh, man. That's funky as a motherfucker, man. Got a Broken Heart Again. Oh, my God. This album is a masterpiece for me. I give it 5 mics, you know?
Absolutely.
He didn't give a fuck. This nigga coming out with the trench coat with the bandana around the neck and the thong and shit. And, man. And I highly recommend that was it Alan Bolio? Does he say his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. That book that Micah put me onto that book, man. I copped that motherfucker. That shit is one of the best things I ever purchased. So get that. You see a lot of photos from this era. Like this photo shoot is in there.
Right.
And fantastic album, man. I give it 5 mics and one of Prince's best. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about you, Steve? Top 5 for you, brother. What's your number 5?
My number 5, believe it or not, is gonna be the self-titled album Prince from '79.
I love that.
Okay, great album. Great album.
I think it's a very underrated album. It's not an album that I really hear too many people talk about, but I've noticed in recent times that there is somewhat of a cult following just because of the song "I Want to Be Your Lover." I've noticed that it's like the biggest single off that album. And at the time, he had the Andre Simone. He had him and Des Dickerson and all these cats, man. And just like that, it just has like really like that late 70s going on to early 80s vibe to it, like that really R&B funk, that midnight funk to it. You know what I mean? You got songs like "I Want to Be Your Lover," "Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad," "I Feel For You," "It's Gonna Be Lovely," "It's Gonna Be Lonely," excuse me. Just the overall vibe of that album is just really dope. And what was interesting, I've kind of felt like this album was kind of like a comeback album for him, because when he dropped For You was good. I like it, but it was a lot of soft ballads, a lot of slow ballads, and I like it to an extent, but it was a little bit too much for me. But I do appreciate it. But then when he came back with this album, it was kind of like, oh wow, like it's like he was like a whole new artist, if that made sense, And yeah, so I would say self-titled by Prince, very underrated album if you ask me.
Self-titled's a motherfucker, man. I love that album, man.
Yeah, same.
And the album cover is cold. And the nigga got no shirt on with the perm looking fly and shit. That shit is ill.
Yeah, he's on his pimp shit. He's on his pimp shit on that.
Nigga naked on a unicorn or some shit. What the fuck that is? Like that.
The Pegasus, yeah.
Yeah. Bambi's my shit on there. Bambi?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was on a Stevie Wonder type shit on those first 2 albums, man.
Right. Yeah, see, like for me, the first album, which is I'm like, that album, I've been really bumping that for the last 3.5 years, and this is like before he had actually passed. I've heard it like plenty of times before that, but it was just something I went back and revisited, and I'm like, man, this is a really good debut album. Excuse me. But I think the first album is sort of like it's sort of like a good introduction or a good hint, to okay, this is what I'm capable of doing as far as being this multi instrumentalist, you know what I'm saying? But I think the second one was okay because the first one didn't sell good, although you can hear the talent. But the second one was like, okay, I can also put an album out, or I'm capable of putting out an album out that can be commercial, that's appealing to the radio. If
Right.
that makes sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, because I let my mom listen to the first album just about like 2 weeks ago. We went on a little road trip, and she was like just blown away. Like she could not believe, like, wow, that's a very good album. He was 19 when he recorded that. I said, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely like the second one slightly more than the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's a good choice.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, definitely is. And I'm yours is my shit on the first record. I'm yours.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
yes, yeah. Hey man, yeah.
What
Mine's
you
is probably So Blue. I like that joint a
so
lot.
blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
I
Soft
like
and
that
wet is amazing too.
one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, soft and wet is
Everyone,
probably my favorite, but I can agree. I'm yours, maybe the highlight of that first album.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, Prince was
Yeah,
amazing
man.
on that rock shit, man.
Oh
Jeez.
yeah, yeah, man.
What you got for your number 4, Micah?
Let's see. Coming in number 4, I'm gonna roll with Parade.
Oh man, this nigga list the same as mine. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Prince's 8th studio album and the last official album that he released with the Revolution. Um, yeah, man, I really think at this point with Parade, this was his most mature album at that point. I think he was just continuing to evolve as a musician, just incorporating just different musical styles. Like uh, he was still continuing to have that sort of psychedelic pop sound, just like he had in Around the World in a Day, which is one of my favorites also. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, and he also started to incorporate jazz into his music.
Right.
With and with his father being a jazz musician, so I'm sure that played a very big role. And I think around this time he had started to become good friends with the late great Miles Davis. And see what else. He also incorporated the whole what do you call it, the orchestral like music, with uh, Claire Fisher, with the strings and everything. So I mean, Parade is just, to me, from beginning to the end, is one of his best produced albums. Like it's very well sequenced. Like the tracks flow perfectly after another, you know. And what's interesting is that the biggest hit on the album doesn't sound like anything else, or doesn't sound like any other the other songs on the album, like for like
That's
musically.
that's true.
Like Kiss sounds nothing like the rest of the songs. I mean, but yeah, overall, man, I think it's just a fantastic like album, easily one of his best.
Absolutely, Micah. Absolutely, man. That's why it's my number 4 too. You know, Parade
That's
also
what's up.
serves as a soundtrack to Under the Cherry Moon,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not a fan of that movie. I'll keep it a buck. But
Oh man.
that album is just flawless.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of my favorite Prince songs of all time is on here. Like
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes It Snows in April. My favorite
Yeah.
song on the whole album, Another Love, A Hole in Your Head.
Oh wow,
Oh
that's
my
actually my
god.
favorite.
Oh, dope. That's dope, man. See, Prince fans have a
Real
lot in
talk.
common, y'all, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
She gave me body and mind. Oh man, love that shit, man.
Hmm.
It's kind of show up a new position, you know.
Oh yeah, that's the cut.
Work it like a big man should. On fire, man.
Hmm.
Girls and boys, fucking
That's the jam.
mountains. Mountains, that
Yep.
video. Oh my god, like, I love the whole.
Mhm.
Kiss, like Micah said, it don't sound like nothing on the album, but
Right.
it's still an amazing song. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's one of his biggest songs. I mean, arguably between, I don't know, that and When Doves Cry is probably like those are like the two most popular, maybe.
yeah.
But
1986 masterpiece, man. One of his best
absolutely,
works ever, in my opinion, man. Everything on
absolutely.
here. Sometimes it snows in April. What an amazing ballad that is.
Hmm.
It's just a perfect album, y'all.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm glad you brought that song up. That's probably my favorite Prince instrumental.
Oh yeah,
Venus, Venus de Milo, love
Mr.
it.
Marlowe. Yep.
Yeah, love it.
Same here, brother. Yeah. Yep. That's my number 4 Parade, man. Just a masterpiece, man.
Hmm.
What you got,
Yeah,
Steve?
for sure.
My
Yeah.
number, my number four is Dirty Mind. That's my number four. Um,
Okay.
one of another one of my favorite albums. You guys explained it perfectly. To me, this is the album where he found his sound. The Minneapolis sound that everybody
Hmm.
knows and adores. What I like about this album is the fact that I like the stripped down production. Like it's like bare
Hmm.
bones, and it doesn't sound polished. It sounds really gritty. Has like
Oh
that
yeah.
basement demo feel to it,
Yeah,
and I think that's
very
why
demo like.
yeah, exactly. And then
Mm.
I think that was what he was going for with with Dirty Mind. And then you see Prince, Prince being Prince, him in a bikini. You see his taco meat, his pubic hair all over and shit. Like,
Oh man,
um, yeah, man. I mean, you got songs like Dirty Mind, Do It All Night. Whew, man.
that's the cut too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Got a Broken Heart Again, Uptown, Head, my nigga. I'll give you head till you burning up. Like that shit. Oh
Oh
man.
man.
Who don't like head? Like, come on, like who doesn't like getting head? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, like Mike said, man, sister, man. Oh my yo, you could not make this song today. Like, especially right now with the Me Too movement and
Hmm.
everything that's going on with abortion and all that. Yeah, you could definitely could not make this song today. And that's one thing I loved about music of the yesteryears because a lot of these record labels will give these artists creative control, which I feel like is lacking, and which is why a lot of music today sounds very redundant, very microwave in a
Hmm.
sense, because back then um they were about taking risks. If they didn't make a lot of money, okay, let's try something else. That's one thing I loved about music back then. And
Hmm.
yeah, just the overall feel of the album. I really, really love that album, Dirty
Hmm.
Mind. Like I said, it's where he found the sound and things like that. And there was a lot of talk that they thought that Vanny Six was did the I guess like the chorus or the background vocals for Head, but it was actually Lisa Coleman that actually did the vocals for
Exactly.
that. So
Hmm.
I didn't know that until like recently. So
Hmm.
yeah, I just had to throw that out there. But yeah, Dirty Mind would be my number four.
Hmm.
We all got Dirty Mind in our top 5. That should tell you that
Oh,
that album is fucking incredible, man. Like absolutely.
Absolutely.
oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also I think that was the album also that sort of um I would say kind of defined the Prince persona. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Definitely.
you didn't know what he was. You just didn't know. It's just something about him. I mean, because even as a kid, like my mom used to just think he was weird, but now that I'm older and now that I've she's done heard the music so much and me playing it. I mean, now she has like a great just has a great level of respect for him. So
Oh yeah. Like
yeah.
on the first 2 records, he was making sweet love to you if you're a woman, but on the Dirty Mind, he's fucking raw dogging it. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah,
They turned the
exactly,
bad boy now.
exactly,
Oh yeah.
Player
exactly.
type.
Hmm.
I'm enjoying this, fellas. Really is, man.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, same here.
what's your number three, Micah?
Let's see. Coming in at number three. See, okay, now this is where it gets tricky, fellas. Now these last three, for me, they can kind of interchange. But for right
Same here.
now, I got 1999.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Now, to me, this is probably the funkiest Prince album. Probably.
Yeah.
Um, see, like this whole era, this period, like this was my introduction as far as like what Prince looked like visually. So that image from that period, that was the first time I seen Prince. So and listening to it, I just had this vision of him just looking just like how he looks in the 1999 video, and he just has on the purple trench coat, the purple gloves, and it sounds just like he's like a mad scientist, like in the lab, just cooking up just this Minneapolis funk that the world just not even ready for,
Right.
and it wasn't. So yeah, man. So to me, 1999. I mean, from beginning to the end, is just dope. It's just a lot of jams on here. I mean, now maybe to the average listener who doesn't like to hear like the lengthy jams and everything like that, it might be a little bit too much, for them to handle. But for me, it's all good. I mean, you got joints like Lady Cab Driver,
Oh,
DMSR, Dance Music Sex Romance,
Oh man.
uh, Something in the Water Does Not Compute, which is that's probably the most unique track on the album. And see what else. Little Red Corvette, of course, which was that was like his first uh, top 10 pop hit. Um, Delirious, Let's Pretend We're Married, All the Critics Love You, New York Free, and of course 1999. I mean, yeah, it's just and I think I would say this. I know one of you fellas mentioned. I think Dirty Mind was like the album that sort of was started like the Minneapolis sound. I
Yep.
would agree with that to a point, but I will add to this that I think 1999, along with the Times first two albums, really kind of defined that sound as well.
Oh yeah.
Or that really kind of brought it out, that it was so prominent. So yeah, man, 1999 and number three is my
Can't
pick.
go wrong with that. It's an absolute fucking masterpiece, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Can't go wrong
yeah,
with that. And that, what time is it too? The same year too.
yeah,
Woo.
yep,
Man, I love that album.
yep. And the Vanity Six album too. That also came out that year.
oh man,
Hell
rest
yeah.
in peace, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I need a hard copy of, man. I'm trying to get my hands on that motherfucker. Start a print.
Good
yeah,
luck, good luck with that, man.
yeah. I'm trying to get me a copy of it on CD. I have a couple of copies on vinyl, and I
Yeah.
think I have it on cassette too. But yeah, I'm trying to get the CD one.
That and the family album too, man. I want that too, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
a print shit. But
Okay.
my number three, people might crucify me for this because everyone had this at number one, but I gotta have it number three. Purple Rain, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Purple Rain.
Okay.
Purple
Nothing
Rain.
wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man. This is his thriller. This is
Mm-hmm.
just front to back amazing album. Also serves as a soundtrack to the Purple Rain movie, which I fucking love.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is Prince at his zenith, man.
Yeah.
Let's Go Crazy, Take Me With You, which I love that shit. Every time I listen to that, I just see him in Apollonia on a motorcycle just driving. I just picture that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Beautiful Ones, amazing ballads. The
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful Blue, real fucking next level type shit on that track. My favorite song on the whole album, Darling Nikki.
Oh,
Oh
Okay,
God, you know,
that's a cold track.
who's
Yeah.
girl named Nikki? I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. Oh man, right at a hotel lobby, masturbating with magazine. That's some dirty ass shit. I love it. I love
Right.
raunchy Prince, man. Absolutely. Um, when Doves Cry Across, everyone knows when Doves Cry, man. That's just the fucking one of the greatest songs of all time. Absolutely, top five for me for Prince songs, more than likely. Even though it's like overplayed to some people, but I can't get enough of it. Um,
Hmm.
I Would Die for You, amazing.
oh
You
yeah.
know, Baby Got
Yeah.
a Star, it's just fucking so energetic. The Purple Rain, what a fucking amazing ballad that is. Just perfect album. And the B sides that this came with is just like me and Micah were talking about Erotic City with Sheila. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
just
Oh
that's
yeah.
incredible.
Yes.
My favorite Prince song, one of my favorite Prince songs of all time, 17 Days. Also, like what
Oh
the
yeah.
fuck, man?
Oh yeah.
Just it's amazing. The album cover's cold as a motherfucker. You know, just everything about it.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect album. I can't say enough good things about Purple Rain, man. That's my thoughts on that.
Mm.
Yeah. Dope choice, man.
Well said.
Thank you, brother. You got Steve.
My number three. This might shock some people, but controversy from '81.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. That
Yes.
81 for me. I mean, I was born in '87, but '81 has always been like a year that I've always been intrigued. Whether it's music, movies, just the overall culture of 1981. I was like, I'm obsessed with that year for some reason. But
Mhm.
um, again, like another great album, kind of experimental for Prince.
Mhm.
This is like when he started really incorporating more sense in his music and stuff. I really like that, and I think this is like the last time he started working. He's worked with Andre Simone because I think they had like a falling out around that time. So, and you got songs like "Let's Work," the self-titled
Mhm.
track, "Controversy," "Do Me Baby," "Private
Mhm.
Joy," Ronnie talked to Russia, and but my favorite song, believe it or not, is "Any Christian." I love that song. That
Oh,
shit
okay.
is so dark, man. And what I like about it is like it shows a different side of Prince. Like it shows like his political side of things. Because at that time around like '79 to like '81, um, they had like the Atlantic murders where you had like a killer killing like black kids in the suburbs of Atlanta, and
Mhm.
to be like 8, 9, 10 years old, even like your preteens, like 11, 12, like I could only imagine how scared those kids were at that time. So because you're not supposed to be worried about shit like that. You're supposed to enjoy life, have fun, and do stuff like that. But for you got this jackass to be killing little kids is like it's crazy. And then he also talks about gun control, which is like a heavy topic right now in society as we speak. And he talks about that, and that he also talked about the it was pretty much like a homage towards John Lennon because he died the year before in '80,
Mhm.
and it's just something about any Christian, like it's like really dark. It has like that 42nd Street at night, like at 3 in the morning. You see like the prostitutes hanging out and the pimps is like in a car in a Cadillac. You see like the porno stores and the adult theaters. It just has that seedy vibe to it. You know what I mean? And I just
Mhm.
love that. So Any Christian is like my favorite song of that album. But Controversy is another dope album in my opinion that I feel like people like, but they don't really talk about like, as much um as Purple Rain in 1999 and countless others. But yeah,
Mhm.
Controversy by Prince 1981.
Yeah,
Almost
great.
made my list.
Mine too. Mine too. It's a great album, man. Like I told Mike, that's my first Prince album. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, at the age of 4. Yep, yep. That was my first. That
And
was my first.
that song jack you off though. Yeesh. Yeah. That's actually my least favorite song, not because of what it's talking about, but
Hmm.
I don't like that honky tonk type of style he was doing at that for that song. I get it; it was something new and different, but it just wasn't my steez. So I usually like
Hmm.
skip over that track.
Oh, okay.
My favorite track on Controversy is "Do Me Baby." That's my favorite
Mm.
track on there.
Oh, yeah.
And fellas, if the panties don't evaporate when you play that, you ain't doing it right, dog. Like you know,
Man.
you play that
Man.
and Shorty ain't doing A B C and D to it, then you ain't doing it right, man. Like word. That shit is incredible.
I gotta co-sign that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it works. It works. Like you said, if you're doing it right.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. I know from experience, my nigga. Real talk. You know.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, I would say
yeah.
my favorite is it's a tie between Controversy and Do Me Baby. It's like a tie between those two.
Yeah.
And that's actually um, going back to Steve, his choice. Annie Christian was is actually one of Lisa Coleman's like top 10 favorite Prince songs, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I remember I heard an interview that she did on a podcast, and she actually picked that as one of her like top 10.
Yeah.
So
Underrated track right there, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, it's definitely unique. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed it.
So relevant for today.
Yeah, in '81
Absolutely.
he's talking about those issues. That's crazy, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yo,
Absolutely.
do me, baby. I don't care. If nobody says had birth. Cats like R. Kelly with bump and grind, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That shit is just one of a kind, man. Like, man.
You want to know what's crazy? I don't know if you fellas know this, but that was I want to say that was the third single release, and the song never charted on
Okay.
the
Yeah.
charts. Yeah, but I do believe it did get some radio play like on R&B stations. You know, like that Quiet Storm mix. But it's crazy to me that it never charted on the R&B charts, but Melissa Morgan, I think that's her name. She redid it. I think it was a pretty big hit for her, which is interesting.
You talk about Annie Christian, right?
No,
But,
Do Me Baby.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Down to the nitty gritty, fellas, man. Woo. What's your number two, Micah?
Oh man. Yeah, this is a toughie. I'm gonna go with, and again, these two can interchange as well, but I'm going to go with Purple Rain.
Okay.
Oh man, this is Prince's biggest album ever. His biggest, like you said, Mike. This is his Thriller. Um,
Oh yeah.
although I think he should have won more Grammys and American Music Awards like Michael did the previous year, but that's another conversation. But
Yeah.
but man, um, anytime I think about perfect albums, I would say this Thriller, and it's probably you know several others. Nas, Illmatic, they uh, just albums like that come to mind where it's just perfect, from beginning to the end. This is like just a very special album for me. I know for a lot of people, Prince fans is not all of them, but it may be very overrated. But my thing is great music, no matter what. I mean, you just can't knock it. I mean, this was Prince at his height. Um, although I don't think this was his breakthrough album. I think 1999 was his breakthrough album. I think Purple
Yeah.
Rain just, what I'm saying? Like, that just solidified his spot to like, okay, I'm the man now, So, and he was just in tune with pop culture. I mean, he had a banging album. a banging movie, a banging tour, and on top of that, he had three proteges, you know, who had three, you know, he had three proteges who put out albums, and their albums were hot. Sheila E's first album,
Oh yeah.
Apollonia 6, and the Times third album, Ice Cream Castle.
Oof.
And yeah, man, I mean, it's just iconic, man. I mean, anybody who loves music should own this album in their collection.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, this was the album that really made me the fan that I am today. So, I mean, just has timeless songs. I mean, When Doves Cry, The Beautiful Ones, Mike's favorite, Darling Nikki.
Oh yeah.
Let's Go Crazy, Computer Blue, Take Me With You,
Yeah.
Baby I'm a Star, and of course, Purple Rain. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. It's just classic, masterpiece, all that.
Yeah. Well said, brother. Well said, man. I can't get enough of that album too. I don't care how much it's overplayed. Like you said, good music is good music. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My number two, we're going to 1982, 1999, man. 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It could be number one. That's how much I love this fucking album, man. Like,
Right.
when I first heard it, it was on a double vinyl. My uncle had it. You know what I mean? And when I got older, I started analyzing the cover, and the one in the 1999,
Mm-hmm.
that's a fucking dick, yo. It's like, what? Like, oh, man. Wild shit. But this album is just flawless from beginning to end. 1999, the title track. What an amazing song. You know, what an amazing song.
Absolutely.
Little Red Corvette is still to this day such a impeccable Prince tune, man. I love that shit. You know, the way
Absolutely.
he sets that off, lovely, delirious, funky as a motherfucker, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're married. I love that shit. I sincerely want to fuck the taste out of your mouth, man.
Wow. Yeah. When I first heard that, I was just like, my mouth just dropped. I was like, what did he just say?
Oh man, dance music, sex, romance, that funky ass song, man.
Yes.
Something in the water is not compute. Really out there, but it works. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Probably I would say my favorite song on here is Lady Cab Driver. I just can't get enough of that shit. That shit is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Another amazing ballad with International Lover. Just a perfect album. The way they released Purple Rain like a couple years back,
Mm-hmm.
I 1999 deluxe package. We need that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shit, for all those albums, all the early albums.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But this is the one I would want the most, be honest. This is the one I would want the most. This in my number one, I would want the most because they need it, man. And this album is just perfect. Perfect. The vinyl's dope too, with like the fucking his eye and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you just think that Pac did that first. No. French did that shit first, man.
Right.
Amazing album. A flawless album. Even like the insert when he's like drawing and shit, laying on the bed, all the lights and that dope ass shot of him in the band. Oh man.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I think that's the best band shot I've seen.
Oh, that shit's cold.
His photos. Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah. And if you watch The Breakfast Club, you can see the bitch looking at the vinyl on the little scene, man. I'm a nerd like that, so I know these things.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, man, fantastic album, man. I can't get enough of 1999, man. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's also P. Ross's favorite Prince album. He will declare that that's the greatest Prince album or greatest album of all time.
I see that funny stuff.
Yeah, he stands on that. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. You know.
All right, me either. Hey, man, like I tell him and everybody else, it's in the conversation. I can't really dispute that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm,
You got Steve. You're number two, bro.
My number two with yours, man. 1999, man.
Oh yeah.
Such an overall dope album, man. Like, just I love the again. I'm a big synth head. I love synth. So, and
mm,
you can hear the synths all over this album. I mean, you got songs like 1999.
absolutely.
That's a classic song. I mean, timeless
Hmm.
joint right there. Little Corvette, Delirious, DMSR, um, Automatic. Whew, Automatic is fire.
Oh man.
Um,
Yes.
something in the water does not compute. That's probably like my favorite song off the album.
Hmm.
Like you said, Mike, something different. And to me, it kind of foreshadowed what Purple Rain would have sounded like, in my personal opinion. Just overall feel of it is just really dope. And then you got Free, which is also dope, but Lady Cab Driver, that's a
Hmm.
classic song, that's timeless. But
Hmm.
something in the water that does not compute. That is my shit right there. I love that. It has like that midnight hour kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? Like you and your girl in the dark room, y'all making love and shit. You know what I'm saying? No lights, and
Hmm.
you just guide your way through your shit. But it just has that vibe to it, man. I love that. Something in the word that does not commute. So I'm gonna have to go with 1999 for my number two, 1982.
Oh,
Great choice, bro.
yeah,
Great
great
breakdown.
choice.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah. I had heard a rumor. I don't know if you guys heard this either, but they're supposed to put out a 1999 deluxe this year. The estate
Oh
is.
man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Take my money now, yo.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't. Nothing's been really confirmed, but I've seen that on Facebook. By some pretty reliable sources. So
Ooh,
I
need
hope it's
that.
true. Yeah.
I hope so too, because that. Oh man, I've been wanting that for years. So
Yeah.
you got these
Absolutely.
old ass early '90s pressings. These needs remastering badly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The 1999 CD, the quality is not that great.
No,
Um,
it's so low. And I listen to my music on my iPod. I ripped it to a 320 kbps, and it still
mhm.
sounds a little low. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, definitely.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Alrighty, number one, y'all. What you got, Micah?
Coming in at number one, this album by many fans and critics is to be considered the greatest Prince album or the most definitive Prince album. I can't dispute it. And that album is Sign O' the Times.
My nigga, my nigga.
Man, let's see. It's funny when this came out in 1987. Uh, like my parents did not buy this album for me. I don't know why, but I think they felt like from what I can remember, they said you're getting too much Prince stuff. So they probably was paying attention to a lot of stuff that he was saying at the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was so hurt, that I couldn't get it. I couldn't get the album at the time, but my sister, she had the cassette, so I was able to, you know, hear it, a little bit of it, and amazing, amazing album. The title track, I mean, musically, I mean, you can bump this now. It's still it's killing everything on the radio. Well, most of these songs, excuse me, is killing anything that's on the radio. I mean,
Oh yeah.
the title track, he's just like, I think Prince was on his like CNN. You know what I mean? You know,
Oh yeah.
on the song "Sign of the Times." I mean, um, this was like the first song I've ever heard where it's made reference to AIDS, and you know, just it's real. It's kind of dark, but it's kind of funky though too a little bit. You know, like with that Lindrum or whatever it is. But I mean, uh, and I think it just has a vast collection of musical styles from rock, pop, R&B, funk, dance, jazz, gospel, just all mixed in one bag. And you know, he's just because before that, I mean, it's pretty much almost like he's giving little elements of what he did previously and just on this one album. Um, I mean, it's just songs like "The Ballad of Dorothy Parker."
Woo!
Oh man. Oh man.
Woo!
Just gonna let that marinate just for a second. "The Ballad of Dorothy Parker." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just let that breathe just for a second.
Oof, man.
Smashing anything on the radio right now.
Easily.
Ring, phone
E-
ring.
Easily. I've even heard this too. Like I've heard somebody say that was sort of like the precursor to what neo soul became.
Oh,
And
I can see that.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, and when I first heard that, I was like, wow, that was very interesting. 'Cause I never even thought about that. So yeah, I mean, songs like Dorothy Parker,
Yeah.
Housequake,
Oh,
easily one of the funkiest Prince tracks. I'm not saying it is the funkiest, but I'm not going to disagree with nobody. But
right.
that's easily one of the funkiest. You got the look. If I was your girlfriend,
Oh,
which that and another song. What that and Adore is kind of like tied for my favorite off the album. So you got the look. Great track. Strange relationship.
oh man.
Um, Playing the sunshine. Starfish and Coffee, Forever in My Life, The Cross, It,
Oh,
which that's, I mean, to me, I think It sort of, that kind of echoes back to that whole Dirty Mind controversy, you know, uh, period a little bit. I mean, as far as like uh, the lyrical content, but oh man, just amazing album. The only thing I would say about the album that I wish he would have did different differently, I wish he would have ended the album with "It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night" instead of "Adore," because I
yeah.
think because because that's actually a live track. Although he did add some things to it, but that was like the last. 'Cause that's really him and the Revolution
Yeah.
live in Paris from the Parade tour. So I just think he should have ended the album with that. I think that would have been a nice little send off, to us, as far as Prince and the Revolution, as far as like with that whole era. And I mean, it's just a masterpiece, man. Just easily,
Absolutely. I agree with everything you said, Micah. Everything you
yeah.
said. And my number one, Sign of the Times, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ever since I was a kid, it's always been my favorite Prince album. It's just flawless, you know. He wanted to make, the Dream Factory record. He was recording around that time too, and the
Yep,
Camille record and all that. And supposed
yeah.
to
The
be full
Crystal Ball,
the
yeah.
Crystal Ball, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Album, but Warner Brothers wouldn't let him, so he did the double disc, and
Yeah,
it came out terrific, man. Absolutely, man. Like you said, the sign of the times, all the problems going on in the world. He's mentioning gangs and shit on there too, and just
yep.
flawless, flawless song, man. And Man, my first song of all time from Prince, and my first song on the album, "The Ballad of Dorothy Parker." Man,
Yeah.
oh Lord. I'll take a fruit salad. I ain't that hungry. Dorothy laugh. Oh
Hmm.
man, fly shit. This water blind, tall and fine. Oh man,
It's
absolutely
smooth.
love it.
It's
Oh,
just
it's so smooth.
smooth, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it like you said, like real sexual shit.
Hmm.
Oh man, I love Starfish and Coffee. That shit is incredible, man.
Yep.
Love that shit. Hot Thing, Barely
Oh yeah.
21.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a motherfucker right there, man.
Hmm.
You got the look, classic. I love Strange Relationship, man.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
know you know me well. I don't like winter. Fire, man. The Cross is probably my second favorite. I love the
Okay.
Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Everything.
Yeah. That's
Adore,
a
one of the
great
most
song.
beautiful love songs of all time. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Hmm.
man. This album is absolutely flawless. Man, I love every damn song on here. I think it's from the Camille sessions. Good Love. I wish Good Love
Yes.
on here. That would fit perfect like a glove on here, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a great one.
Yeah,
It's a
but yeah,
great
man,
track.
yeah, hell yeah, brother. Like this is one of the greatest albums of all time, music period.
Absolutely.
Five Mike,
Absolutely.
1987. Mike had bad. Prince had this, and
Hmm.
like this is him and his Peach and Black shit. Fantastic album, man. It's a 5 out of 5, man. I'll give it a 10 if I could, man. Down to
I
the
got
time.
cosign.
Yeah, brother. What you got, Steve?
All right, man. My number one should be no surprise, man. Purple Rain. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, Purple Rain. That's my go-to. That's my Illmatic of Prince. That's his magnum op, is my personal opinion. I know
Hmm.
some people say it's overrated. I tend to disagree with that because I remember before back in the day, like when what I forgot to mention in my story about how people were going crazy over Michael Jackson, and I secretly was going more for rooting for Prince more, but I couldn't really say that because at that time, like, and this is like the 90s, so you used to say Prince, yo, you be laughed at, but because everybody's like pro Michael Jackson. But when I seen the movie, it changed my life. Just how I looked at music and just like the overall feel of the album. Just listening to that album is just feel like you're watching a movie, and the movie goes with it, and then shows you, it kind of introduces people to the time and Des Dickinson and Vanity Six and Apollonia and stuff
Hmm.
like that. For those that don't even know who they were, you might have seen them in stores, but you didn't know their affiliation with Prince. And like you got songs like "Let's Go Crazy," which is like my favorite song. "Take Me With You," love that joint. Anytime I think of that song, I think of Lake Minnetonka. The Beautiful Ones,
Man.
Computer Blue. Oh my god, I love that joint. That guitar solo, Jesus Christ, that shit is beautiful. I Would Die for You, and I gotta turn on the camera for this. Give me 1 second.
No doubt, brother.
Yo, this right here, what I have in my hand, is the deluxe edition. If you're gonna own this album, you must own it in this edition.
I
Reason
agree.
why?
Hmm.
It comes with the original album as the remastered version, is the 2015 edition. I think it's like the best sound that you're gonna get from this album. This too comes with the unreleased joints. I mean, you got Electric Intercourses. Whoo! Oh my god, I love that shit.
Smoking hot.
Yo, that shit, man. Um, Wonderful Ass. We Can Fuck.
Yes. Yes.
Um, Velvet Kitty Cat. Jesus Christ. Then CD the third disc comes with the single edits and the B sides, and as Chuck D would say, the B side wins again. So you have
Mm.
17 Days, which is, I think, is everybody's favorite over here, including mine's.
Yeah.
Erotic City,
Yeah, that's my favorite
God,
B side right there. Yeah.
yeah, man, God, Baby I'm a Star, Take Me With You is the single edit, Another Lonely Christmas. I mean, and then it also comes with
I love that
the
song.
DVD. It comes with a DVD. It's like a live performance that he did in Syracuse, New York in '85.
Yes.
Hmm.
So
Great
fucking dope.
show. Yeah, great
Yeah,
show.
this is the perfect way to own this album. I remember it was like FYE. It was I got it first on it was on sale. I got it at like $13 off because the original price was 37.99 or whatever, but I got it for like 24.99. So I was like, you know what, I had to go cop that, and I think that is like you said, Micah. Like if you any, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a fan of Prince or whatever, but this is one of those albums that you must own your collection. You know,
Absolutely.
and it's just I wouldn't even call it an album. It's just it is a masterpiece of art. That's how good
Absolutely.
this album is, man. It's just it's my favorite ever of Prince, and just the projects that he was working with at the time, like with the time with Morris Day and the time
Oh
with
God.
Ice Cream Castle, which
Hmm.
I love that album. That's very slept on, in
My,
my opinion.
my drawers, man. My drawers. Oh
Oh
my.
my
Oh yeah,
god.
that's the
Woo!
jam right there. Yeah,
Woo!
that is the
Yeah,
jam.
man.
Yeah,
And
and
then
he was also working on the like tracks for the family
yep.
album as well, like during that period, and She Would
Yep.
Eat. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
man. I mean, '84, man, was such a dope year, man, for Prince, man. That was another dope year for music in general, man. And you know,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And then when I first seen like Sex Shooter, yo, I lost my fucking shit when I heard that song. I was like, yo, this shit is ill. And the
Hmm.
fact that he has his own version that's gonna be on the originals, yo, I fucking lost my shit. Like when I heard that,
Which
I was
I like. It's fucking incredible.
Right.
oh
I was just about to say, well, when you hear his original,
yeah. I,
yeah,
I heard a little clippet of it. Yo, I want to hear yo, whew, I can't wait to get that album, man. But yeah, man, Purple Rain for me, yeah, that to me, that's my number one, man. I love that album. Love it, love it, love it.
Can't get mad at
yeah,
that. And
yeah, nah,
off air, me and Micah were talking about the originals because
Yeah.
I bought a title description last night just to hear it. So that should tell you how much a Prince nerd I am. You know what I mean?
hmm
I
Just to hear that shit. That yo, the glamorous life, my nigga. Oh my god, yo, I like
cold.
it better. I like it better, yo. I know it's too early to say, but damn,
yeah.
man.
Yo,
It's
when I
cold.
found out that he did his version of Noon Rendezvous, yo, I lost my shit because that's my favorite song off that Sheila E album.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my favorite song. Because it sounded like something that would have been on Purple Rain,
Yeah. Yeah, I
you
can
know?
hear it. I can hear that.
The Jungle Love too. Oh my god,
Oh,
Yeah.
he killed that. I can't wait to hear Micah and P Ross's review of that.
yeah.
But man,
Yeah, I definitely I gotta stay tuned for that, man, because that whoo,
I
Yeah,
was telling Micah off air, my mind's still blown.
yeah.
yeah, same here. It's definitely worth listening to. I mean, man, like I told Mike, I said I'm still a little discombobulated about what I heard last night. I was just sitting there like, man, the track Noon Rendezvous. I think this is like probably the third or fourth version I've heard. Because there's actually I like I don't know if you fellas collect the Prince bootlegs or not, but
Oh
um,
yeah,
okay. Well, there's a show. I don't know if you all have it, but there's a show that he did on his birthday, actually 35 years ago today at First Avenue,
Oh wow.
and that version of New Rendezvous, amazing,
yep.
amazing,
I had it on my own.
amazing,
It's fucking crazy.
amazing.
Yeah, I gotta
Oh
hear
man,
that.
yeah, definitely amazing. But
Oh man, I
yeah, man.
enjoyed this, brothers.
Yeah, I did too. This was dope.
No, same here, man. Thanks for having me, fellas. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for,
Anytime, brother.
yeah, man. Thanks for taking the time, man. I know you're probably a busy person, but thanks for taking the time to join this panel, man. We really appreciate that because we definitely look up to you guys' movement, man, that you guys got going on, man.
Uh, because
Thank you.
yo, Micah, Steven can attest to this. I said we ain't doing Prince without them, man. We're not taking
Yeah.
it all of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, oh, man, I appreciate that, man. I really
Yeah.
do
Oh yeah, brother.
appreciate that.
I highly enjoyed this. So I'm gonna wrap this up, fellas.
Yeah.
I gotta do something, but really appreciate it, Micah. You're welcome back anytime, as well as P. Ross. Hope he situation gets better for him.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, man. Top 5 Prince albums. Happy birthday to the purple one. Happy birthday to Prince, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir. His royal
Oh,
badness, the greatest musician, the most complete artist of
mm-hmm.
all time, in my opinion, or at least in this time. Yeah.
I agree. I'm
Yeah.
with you, bro.
Oh yeah. One more thing before we get off.
Yeah, no problem.
For my hip hop heads, man, I think you guys would definitely enjoy this. Big Pooh did a mixtape with Black Milk out of Detroit. He has a mixtape called a Purple Tape, and is pretty much Black Milk making beats out of Prince samples. Man,
Oh
fire,
wow.
fire. Yeah, it is
I have to check
fire.
that out.
Yeah, that you would appreciate that, Micah.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit.
Steven's not lying. It's fucking fantastic. He put me
Yeah.
onto it.
Okay.
Woo. Yeah, that shit is. Yeah, I and it's free too. You can find it on that pair for whatever download free site that you get your stuff from. But yeah, highly recommended.
Okay. And who is this again?
Big Pool for my
Big
little
Pooh.
brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Cool. Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
definitely have to check for that.
Thank you
Oh
so
yeah.
much again, Micah. I
Um,
appreciate it.
I'm not, man. Like, thank you, fellas, man. I had a blast. Coming on here and um, chopping it up with you guys, man. It's always a pleasure and fun talking Prince or just music, period. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm a big Michael fan,
Yeah.
Janet, you know,
Oh yeah.
and everything like that. So I love hip hop too. Like I know. I think Mike might have me a little bit more on the hip hop because this is like he's very well, world round. I'm sure you are too, Stephen. But
Oh yeah. If you only knew.
yeah. Oh yeah, man. Like I done checked out some YouTube videos of yours. I think I checked out your I think it was the one that you did on Tupacalypse Now. I thought that was
Oh
really good.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Music heads over here to the fucking highest degree over here, man. Like, you know.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure, for sure. No doubt.
hell yeah, brothers. Hell yeah. Appreciate it, Micah. Purple
All
Underground, the
right.
new breed, man. Appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. And for those who never seen us, check us out on YouTube, the Purple Underground. You can hit us up on Facebook. We got a Facebook group page called the Purple Underground's Entertainment Lounge, and we
Nice.
also have we're also on Instagram. We don't have a Twitter yet. That's coming. So
Okay.
so yeah, like we just bubbling, man. That's all. We just slowly bubbling. That's
Yeah.
it.
And if you're not watching their channel, you're fucking up. I got it in the description, so click the description, y'all, as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate that, man. Appreciate that,
yeah.
bro.
Speak your clout, Purple Underground collabo, my nigga.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
That's
see.
what's up.
Oh yeah. So see y'all niggas on the flip side. Peace.
All
Peace.
right, peace.
Peace, y'all.
All right, peace.